Okay, you guys, so today we're going to talk about the treatment for toenail fungus as well as the best options that actually work to get rid of it. So toenail fungus, also known as onychomycosis, is an issue that is more familiar to a lot of people than they'd like to admit. If you've ever noticed a toenail becoming kind of yellow and thickened and kind of crumbly in appearance, you could have toenail fungus. But what exactly is toenail fungus? How does somebody get it? And more importantly, how can it be treated? So let's dive into kind of a comprehensive look of this condition, beginning with how it even starts. So toenail fungus starts from a fungal infection that affects the toenail and the area underneath it. So these fungi are microscopic organisms that don't require any sunlight to thrive. They predominantly live in warm, damp environments, which is why places like showers and swimming pool floors and wearing sweaty shoes can become their perfect breeding grounds. While there's multiple types of fungi that can cause onychomycosis, the most common culprits is something called dermatophytes. Yeasts and molds can also lead to toenail infections. Now, is toenail fungus contagious? The answer is yes. This contagious nature is precisely why public showers, gyms, and swimming pools can be risky if you don't take the right precautions. Direct contact with an infected person or walking barefoot in a damp environment that a lot of other people have walked in can actually spread the fungus. Even sharing towels and shoes or nail clippers with someone who's had an infection can actually spread it. So understanding that it's contagious and what causes it is important. For those people who are serious about getting rid of toenail fungus, especially in the mild cases, in the earlier cases, it's recommended to just use the antifungal treatment that's the most effective, which is the pills. So antifungal pills like Lamisil, which has been well studied for many years, can actually stop the growth of toenail fungus. Usually with Lamisil, your doctor will prescribe the medication. You'll take it once a day for 3 months. And while you're taking Lamisil, it's rare, but in some people it can cause issues with the liver. So your doctor will order blood tests before you start the pills to make sure that your liver is nice and healthy, and also a couple of months afterwards to make sure that your liver's not affected by this medication. Again, it's rare, and terbinafine itself is a very, very effective medication to help clear toenail fungus, and it's effective to clear nail fungus in 50 to 72% of the time according to studies. So if you're wanting to skip, taking a pill to clear the toenail fungus and you would rather opt to use like a topical solution, there's a lot of topical solutions out there, but there's only a few that are FDA approved that actually work to help cure the toenail fungus. And the top medication to help clear toenail fungus is Jublia, and as well as Keratin. Both of these medications work effectively in helping to clear toenail fungus, and also they can be used over nail polish, which is a common question I get in my practice. When I'm treating the nail fungus with these topicals, can I still wear nail polish? And the answer is yes. So the only thing with topical medications compared to the pills is that even though they work really well and everything, they still will take at least up to a year before you see results. You want to kind of make sure to look at the cuticle area for the healthy nail growing out. That's when you know that the topical medication is working, and they do work very slow, but they are effective. So the only problem with the prescription Jublia and prescription Keratin is that they tend to be a little bit pricey if your insurance doesn't cover it. And one of the cheaper topical antifungals that are FDA approved for toenail fungus is something called cyclopirox solution. That's affordable. It works a little bit slower than the other two, but it's still well studied. It's still FDA approved for toenail fungus, and it'll definitely help to kind of help that healthy nail grow out. And also, if you have severe nail fungus, it'll prevent the nails from getting thicker. On the more natural side, there's a lot of home remedies that you can do for toenail fungus. Tea tree oil does have some antifungal properties and can be applied to the affected toenail. Vicks Vapor Rub, which was used a lot for congestions and things like that, contains menthol, eucalyptus oil, and camphor, and that is another home remedy when you apply it every day to the toenails that can help with toenail fungus. Soaking your feet in apple cider vinegar can also help because it It's acidic and can help with the nail fungus. So if you would rather, use home remedies first before seeing your foot doctor, then I would advise you to do that. So if you're looking for other solutions to treat toenail fungus, you can always use an over-the-counter antifungal option such as Fungi Cure or Fungi Nail. Usually these work less effectively than the prescription drops, but they're cheap and they are effective in helping to get rid of the toenail fungus, but expect it to work very, very slow. So you can start out by using these over-the-counter products. I'll attach a link in the description to all the products I talk about in this video, but know that it's going to work slow and usually prescriptions work much faster. So let's talk a little bit about prevention. So the best thing is to just not get toenail fungus in the first place. So make sure that if you have toenail fungus that you're, first of all, not walking barefoot, that you're not sharing shoes and socks. Make sure you're not sharing nail clippers with anybody else, especially if they have a history of toenail fungus. And even don't share nail polish. If you're going to get a pedicure, make sure that you bring your own nail polish, because fungal spores can live in nail polish for up to 60 days is what some studies show. So it's best to take all of these precautions and make sure that the fungus doesn't occur in the first place. Obviously, make sure that if you are experiencing, worsening fungal symptoms in your toenails or any pain in your toenails, make sure to contact your foot doctor. But if you follow these steps that we talked about and avoid walking barefoot and avoid, letting your toes and everything get too wet, making sure to dry the toes effectively and not sharing, socks and things like that, then usually the fungal infection won't occur in the first place. Of course, there are some people who are a little bit more prone to getting fungal infections because their immune system's a bit weaker and they're able to pick up the fungus a little bit easier, like diabetics or people who've had cancer with chemotherapy. They tend to pick these fungal infections up faster, so it's important to remember that. But most people, if they take the proper precautions, they don't get these infections in the first place. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one.